BrickingUpBrad.
I'm Matt Mellish.
I'm Ethan the Artisan.
And I'm Block.studios.
And we are the Stud Buds.
Woo! I love that intro, I gotta say.
It's so peaceful, but also cool and pop. I don't know.
Yeah,
I love
all the above.
All right, welcome one and all to the Stud Buds. Welcome new viewers, because we just hit 420 subscribers. Thank you so much for that. To all the new viewers that just joined us today for their first show. We'll explain how this works as we go along, guys. But we got an amazing show set up for you guys. First off, we got some big LEGO news that just dropped this past week that we are super excited to talk about. On top of that, I think we all maybe picked up a little bit of new LEGO, so we're going to talk about that too. And then on top of that, we got some amazing what's it called? Matt? What do you got? What do you got going on a little bit later?
This?
Oh, I'm talking about later for your segment. What are you going to do?
My segment? I thought you were talking about this because I finally got my merch. But we do have some LEGO investments. We'll be going over the Star Wars gift with purchases of the past and talking about how those have grown to be more profitable over time on the secondhand market. Zane, what do you have coming up later in the show?
I just got some fun trivia. Some crazy, fun, random stuff
Matt's
to watch.
favorite.
Matt's absolute favorite. If you guys want to see Matt fail at anything in his life, go watch Trivia
Hey,
Time.
my
do we
thinking
remember
cap
the last
helps.
episode? Yeah, the last episode, Matt was on a roll. Like,
See,
Matt's winning right now.
He is winning. So it's a hook. He's losing 9 out of 10 times, but he finally.
I'm the underdog, okay?
Yeah,
That's
he
the
is.
way it works.
Brad,
Ethan, what
I'm sorry.
But
This later on, we'll be having some wonderful mocky time, looking at some fantastic mocks, and we also have memes, which has been a long time no see for that.
Yes.
So yeah.
And guys, later on that too, we will be dropping the fantasy era castle. We were going to be looking at that as a theme in a whole, and we'll be ranking that on our scale from S to F and seeing how good it is. So, without further ado, guys, how was everyone's week? Matt?
My week was good. Not a ton of LEGO stuff, so I'm actually gonna pull something up from the past that I haven't shown you guys on stream yet. It's just been a busy week. I have a lot of stuff going on that I can't necessarily talk about, so stay tuned for more. Be able to talk more next week, actually. But a friend gave me this a while back. Her grandmother had unfortunately passed away, and she went to kind of help clean things out, and she found this old thing. And it's very interesting. This is the 005 Discovery set. The tag was still on it from Gimbal's store. Guess how much this was?
Back in the day?
Back in the day.
Oh, like
$9.95.
Oh,
Man.
Crazy. And inside, if you open it up, so there's like a box in a box where this lid comes off. Well, things are falling out. I'm not going to open the whole thing up because it's absolutely crammed. I think they took other pieces from other things and put it on as well. But the pieces are the same types of LEGO pieces that we have today, except if I can find one,
Chemicals.
the plates are different.
What? What do you mean they're different?
So on the top, they're the same with studs.
What?
What?
Whoa.
Oh, and then we're in the mirror dimension.
It is 420 subscribers that we hit, but on the top of the plates, they have different sort of. Here, let me see if I can get my camera to focus.
So it's called the Waffle Pattern, I'm pretty sure.
Right,
Ethan,
yes.
Too.
I don't know anything about it.
I
There we
like
go.
waffles.
Yes. So
Whoa.
I actually have some of those because my dad had a collection and he had those in them, and they still grip with every other Legos theme. I've never had a problem with them. So
How well do they grip though? Do they actually lock in tight, or are they just kind of there?
I haven't tried it yet.
it's a
Because the
little
old
bit
Lego bricks are
softer.
loose.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a softer grip, I guess you could say.
Okay.
But it does look really cool. I used it for one of my medieval buildings a while back. As the
Oh.
pretty
Oh.
cool.
So yeah, I'm looking for a use for them. You're right. Like, I don't know exactly what to do. A part of me wants to keep all of my vintage parts together and then build more and do more mocks with all of the newer parts. That way, but then again, like, I want to use them. I don't want them to go to waste.
Yeah.
But do I really want to mix up the vintage with the newer Lego
Yes.
parts from like since 2000. I don't know. But
Only if it fits.
Keep the cool vintage ones in a separate pile, and then mix basically,
right.
if you have a good amount of like basic brick. But
Yeah, basic brick.
But yeah, this is something that only Lego fans really think about. Do I want my vintage parts together with my newer parts? Ooh. Anyways, Zane, how was your week?
I was good. I literally went through and redid all my lights on my shelves. Went and bought
Looks really
nicer lights that I can control with my phone now instead of the dinky little remote.
Nice.
That's nice.
honestly,
That's nice.
I
Upgrades.
sometimes like a remote because then you have to find your phone and then. But yeah, that's very cool.
I do like
I'm
the
jealous.
remote.
I got a remote.
Do you have well, mine had an app. It also connects to Alexa and everything. So it was nice to be able to have that. But taking all the things off the shelf was a pain. I can hear myself twice. That's throwing me
I know.
off. Anyways, no, it was a process. You
Mhm.
kind of forget how many Lego you have like displayed until you go to organize things and you're like, oh my gosh, are we done yet? Are we done yet? No, we're still going. We still have another shelf. And then the top shelf, I had to go through and dust and clean all that. That was
Zane, so we're having construction workers come in to do some heating stuff, and I'm about to have to go do the same thing because I got to take a bunch of my Lego off the shelf so they can drill through that wall.
Yep.
And I'm like, this is not going to be fun because it's like all my Harry Potter stuff and some bigger sets. I'm like,
Exactly. See, and so, but for Lego, it's over there. I have stuff on top of it, other Lego boxes. But I did pick up the Batmobile tumbler, the new one for the Batman.
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 I got it for the light bricks, and then I love the engine in these Technic
Oh,
sets.
so it's the Technic one.
Yeah, it's the Technic one, and it has clear engine pieces, so you can see the pistons a lot better, and then the engine also lights up and everything. So I thought it was pretty cool. I did get
is
that.
cool.
But Ethan, what about you? What did you do this week?
So, for a couple of months, I've been waiting to order from this particular place that was, you got a whole bunch of brick. 15 pounds of Lego.
You're not going to reveal where it's from? You're not going to give us a Stud Buds exclusive?
Do we? Goodwill Blue Box. This thing took
Oh.
forever to get, to remind myself to do. It took like at least 6 months to say,
You're
hey,
welcome.
I'm available. Yeah. But I noticed a lot of friends in here, which is honestly, if I could pick a theme that I wanted, it's that. Because a lot of color, like plates and all that. There's a
Nice.
Tan base plate,
Woo!
which was cool. And there's a lot. There was like one minifigure, but it's a weird minifigure. I've never seen it before. I don't know where it went. There's a basketball from like a great ball contraption. So a one basketball great ball contraption. Yeah, it's probably not gonna get it from me, but it's cool to have. What else did I do? I built the bonsai tree, but I think that was my week from last week. So that was my week. What are you about, Brad?
I have a pretty decent week. I bought some stuff on Lego.com to get a special item that will be arriving in the mail next week for the show.
Whoa. Stay tuned to find out.
I got some minifigure hauls, so I bought 2 more of the Snow Guardians. And I also did a trade with someone recently, so I got 2 more Snow Guardians from them, plus Hercules from the CMF Disney line, which I have the Hades, and also I love Greek mythology stuff, so the printing on him is amazing. Matt, I'm guessing you can attest to that.
Yes.
The
Really good
figure is
figure.
amazing. And on top of that, I got a bunch more medieval parts like armor pieces and shields and bunch of stuff like that. So I mixed those up, and I'm working on building some knights and stuff. Because I have this box. It's over there, but I'm not gonna grab it. It's a box. It's medieval parts sorted, and I got helmets and stuff. So whenever I want to go build new knights and stuff for town, the real reason I'm setting it up like that is so that when I do D&D with my friends next time, I can hand them a box and be like, all right, build your character.
Nice.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Fun thing to do right there.
Mhm.
On top of that, I also finally made my water wheel spin on its own. You can go check out my TikTok video I made about
saw
I
that.
did see that. That's very cool.
Very
That is
basic,
cool.
but it was pretty cool. Sadly, I have to have the app on. to do
That
it.
yeah, it's the word. I wish I had just a button because I have to keep my phone on. And one thing, it's loud. I don't like how loud it is. I can't.
So I can control it from this, but I have to hold down the button if I want to keep it going. So it's not worth it.
Well, you can build a little contraption that keeps it held. I'm sure.
Well, if you do it, it spins and then it spins. It's different. I don't know. So I have to figure that all out. But I did get it, the app on my phone, and somehow it disconnected. So then I was actually able to record a few TikToks with it. Like it glitched out, so I was like, okay, this is fine. I'm gonna shoot some footage. So, that was just really cool, and I'm probably gonna get some sort of phone set up so that I do take it to a convention. I can just have it continuously going.
Nice.
But I also added some water work around it, and I just made a TikTok video about that. So it makes it more come alive a bit more.
Oh,
But I've been
I
working
like
on the
that.
town again recently, just going in, adding character. My next goal is I bought a bunch of fire pieces, and with all the snow guardians I have, plus a couple Viking people, they're going to be raiding the village. So that's my next project.
I like that.
Because I got an idea from a TikTok comment that was left on one of my videos. So that was basically my week. I don't think there's any other new Lego stuff, but I got a few. I decided next month I'm buying another 3-in-1 castle. So that's me. You guys should
Can't have too many of those. You can literally have 3 of them and have 3 different castles.
Here we go
That's
again.
cool.
I'm thinking
Oh, where is it?
too. My goal is to actually not gonna buy some other sets I was planning on getting because I just love medieval stuff so much, and I'd rather focus my money on that than stuff like Star Wars and Harry Potter, which I keep buying sets from. So I still have some Star Wars sets I'm planning on buying, but that's definitely the big one. So
Nice.
Yeah. So with
There's
new
been a
stuff
lot of
coming
new
out-
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about some of that new Lego news.
And now for breaking news.
I need to make. I'm Newsman Matt.
Oh no, let's not do that.
And Brad, since I always get the news, and I work
Yes.
but, so first off, we got a big news recently that we've been expecting to happen for a bit. But Lego Video just got canceled or discontinued. Sorry, discontinued.
Oh no.
I did not think that.
They're canceled.
I did not think that was what the segment you were leaning into on that.
They've
Honestly.
been making slurs. And
That a video. But how do we
canceling
feel
video.
how do we feel about it going though? Honestly,
Honestly, when people say video, I say video. So I'm kind of happy about it.
it wasn't here very
And-
long.
No,
Yeah.
well, you know what? People spoke with their wallets. People
Yes.
voted with their wallets. And I think, it makes a difference. When you think, oh, me buying this product isn't going to really matter in the grand scheme of things, if enough people dislike something or want to stop something or don't support it enough, it's not going to continue to be made because Lego is making it because they want to make money from it. And if they're not making a profit from it, they're not going to do it. So next time you're buying something, just remember, you're voting with your wallet.
Well,
Fair enough.
sometimes I feel like that doesn't work, but you're right. If enough people do, but also I think I also heard that video didn't know where to go from there.
Hmm.
They didn't, they were making these sets, but
That
where
was
else
the
do you go from
excuse.
there? Yeah, but it's like I kind of agree with that. Where do you go with video? I do think
Yeah.
there was some good stuff. I saw a lot of people buying it around Christmas time. Yes, that was.
There's
one of the
definitely
last things.
a group of people buying
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
And people love collecting the tiles too, which I have friends who they love trading the tiles, see what tiles. But I understand why it's going. But this is one of the reasons I want to bring it up. I want to know what's coming next. I
Mm.
really want to know what they're bringing in next, and if they're actually going to bring the set, a new theme, something. I hope they move away from the app stuff and make a whole new theme,
Right.
just something cool. But I don't know. Any quick thoughts about that?
They did say in there, I don't know if you guys read the whole thing, their whole
No,
kind
I
of
didn't.
notification that it was going to be kind of canceled. They're not going to continue the line. They've discontinued it. They said that they want to keep with music. So
Okay.
that's nice to me. I don't want them to move away from that idea, but I want them to do it in a more realistic manner. I always thought it would be cool. They're never going to do it, but I always thought it would be cool if they had different stages for different real artists. So one set would be the Taylor Swift set. I don't know. That's just the first one that comes to mind. And you have
Big
a
Swift
concert.
fan here.
Hey, you know what? T Swift with "You Belong with Me" back in the day was my jam. Okay, don't hate.
I can picture that. Matt driving in his car. You belong with me. Just dancing out. Good old days.
Crying because I can't get a girlfriend. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Anyways, like it would be cool to have like the Taylor Swift set, and then you get a specific like look to the stage, and maybe some audience members from her, and then you get a Justin Bieber stage, and then you can combine all of them to make like a mega stage, and you have your whole audience there, and they're all like jamming out together. I thought
Big
that was cool.
stage.
I have a
You have
feeling
like
it's
a
gonna be
whole
something-
theme where one set you get the stadium, then you have these smaller
Or
sets
that.
of the actual.
See, I have a feeling they're
bands, you
going
know.
to keep going with the fantasy type thing that they've been doing with video, and I
Right.
don't know exactly how they would do it, but I have a feeling it's maybe there's a way that they'll incorporate artists into that, but I don't know exactly how that would be.
Yeah.
So it's a very interesting to see where it goes. I personally think that a medieval music theme is great. Word.
Brad, I love medieval, but everything can't be medieval. Look at the Lego Ideas page.
Okay.
Everything is medieval.
Everything's medieval. Yeah. It's true.
No, I'm just joking. But
Oh yeah, I want it.
I think it would be very interesting what they do with that next. Now, the second small bit of Lego news to bring up, and this is just a quick little thing. So there was that Lego Overwatch 2 set that was going to be coming out, and then it got delayed, which was said by Lego, but we're pretty sure that was because of the working conditions at Blizzard and that whole fiasco. But Microsoft just bought Blizzard, so do you think that set's still going to come out with Microsoft buying up Blizzard? I
Well,
wonder if the set was also on pause because that deal with Microsoft was going down, and they're waiting for that to happen.
see, that's the thing with businesses, and when they do decide to like cancel a product based on like backlash from a societal perspective, or like
Canceled, though it was delayed.
it was delayed. Okay, then I think they're still going to come out with it. Part of me, when they said that, was like, they really put all of the time, energy, and money into that. They got a designer to do the whole process, the graphic designers to do all the box art and stuff for it. Surely they're not just going to throw it in the dumpster. But,
Yeah.
I mean, people have done that before for other things as well. I think if they said delayed, it's going to be delayed. It's not going to be stopped.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think, like you said, if it was delayed, then it'll definitely, still happen.
Yeah.
Until they come out and completely say, no, we canceled this.
Right.
That makes sense. No, I'm just curious to get your guys' thoughts on that. All right, so now the really big news that everyone actually came here
It's-
to hear. Guys, the new Lego Ideas set. Now, I think they said that this is the new biggest Lego Ideas set.
Really?
I thought I heard that, but
by piece wise.
Might be most expensive.
I gotta tell you, Brad, you keep getting me. You keep getting me.
Zane's ready for the best news of all.
I'll say about that last. All right.
I know.
Let's just talk about it, guys. The new globe set was just announced. That is going to be coming out February 1st, going for $200.
Two.
Not 120.
I love
but,
the set, but not the price.
Yeah.
But I mean, it comes with 2,585 pieces. It has.
I see myself getting it. That's cool. I like it.
Okay, I heard
like
a review
you.
on this. It's a great set. But at the same time, the review on it was that the parts, like if you're buying this to use the parts for other stuff, it's not great. But at the same time, I think that's all printed parts. I don't think that's.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
And
No
even those
stickers are in
pieces
that
are-
set.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the little labels are glow in the dark.
Ooh.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. So honestly, this is like the display piece right now. I feel like I kind of even want to get this set just to display it, but at the same time, I'm trying to buy other stuff. So
Yeah.
thoughts on it,
That's-
Ethan, from a mock standpoint, like building standpoint, what do you like? Go
I've
off.
heard it's repetitive and boring.
Yeah.
Okay, so
But-
I'm going to counter with this quickly, because I agree. I think it does look repetitive, but at the same time, so like on the Coliseum, you're building the stadium. This is actually when I built. When you're doing the stadium, the new Barcelona stadium, you're building the same thing that connects together. Now you're doing that, but this time you actually got pieces you put on top of those blue parts. So I think that's going to help with that repetitiveness a bit, but I do see
Yeah.
where you're coming from.
Yeah.
But that's the inside, which I thought was really cool.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, that's scary.
That's a lot of
Yeah.
That's a lot of
it's a mixture
Technic.
Technic and brick builds, which is
But I would love to learn how to build that with spheres, because there's different types of ways, with the low well technique, just make a big giant one of those, or that, which I don't even know how to do that. That's a lot of work.
That is a lot.
Yeah. Matt.
No, I like it. I think it's an amazing display piece. My big critique of it is the gaps. If you even go on lego.com and you do the video where it's revolving or like the 360 display, you see literally through it a lot. As it's spinning around, especially if you're putting it near a window where there's a light behind it, you're going to see right through it. If you're going to have it against the wall, it's going to look fine, or on a bookshelf, that's perfect.
Yeah.
But that's my one critique for really kind of not necessarily messing up your display, but maybe making you to think about it a little more.
Mm-hmm.
So my other critique is the repetitiveness, really, of the build itself and the lack of non-Technic pieces, because I watched Tiago's review on it, and he said 40% of the pieces were Technic in this set. And if you're gonna just part it out or build something else later on, which is what he said he does with his, you're not going to be able to do much with it unless you are a Technic builder, which, I mean, Zane, you're becoming a Technic guy down there.
I do lately the Technic has been getting me. I like the engineering that does happen behind, some of the Technic sets. So you're right.
Yeah. Is this something you would buy?
I would, because I love traveling. I love the world. I wanted to get the world map, but that is a lot of tiny little studs. And oh man.
Yeah.
But I like a globe. I always wanted a nice office with a globe in it. And so it allows me to connect my office with the traveling and all the things that I've done in my life and stuff like that. But I do not like the gaps. I even said it in my last Lego review about the Lamborghini. Technic allows you to make some really cool things and some really cool shapes, but there's always those really big gaps.
Right.
The globe, it looks great. I would definitely get it. I would. I think maybe if it was a little bit cheaper, maybe it was 150, 160, I could live with the gaps a little bit better. $200 kind of, I would really have to go in and see it, then decide if I was going to buy it based on the gaps with the price point and everything like that. But I do enjoy the set, though. I would like to see some other people get it, and I do like it, though.
I'm going to do a counter thing here quickly, because we talk about repetitiveness.
Yeah.
There's certain sets you can't get away from repetitive. No
Oh,
matter
for sure.
what you do,
Oh,
try
yeah.
to design something you have to have. And I think it's a good critique that it's repetitive. We all understand. It's okay,
Yeah.
I think this is for the end display though, and the
Right.
problem is you can't. And I'm not trying to get on you guys about this at all.
No,
I
you're
know
good.
where you're coming from. I think that's something that we have to look at. Sets are going to be repetitive these days, because if we're building something circular, it's going to be repetitive. If even with the modulars, you get a little bit repetitive sometimes, it feels like. But at the same time, for that amazing end display, you sometimes have to have that. So I think I understand that. The gaps, I do understand why they're there. I think it would have been hard to get rid of those gaps just from a building perspective. But at the same time, I get where you guys are coming from with these. I definitely think these are great critiques of looking at the set.
Yeah.
So I definitely think it'll be very interesting to see the set on display. I'm really excited to see it at my Lego store when it finally comes out there. So
Yeah.
It's gonna go well with the ship in the bottle as well. Because I have my half-built ship in the bottle.
Oh my
'cause
gosh.
I use it for my robot.
Oh my goodness.
I had to. That was the choice I had to do.
I know. You needed those
But-
pieces.
They're $1.50 on Bricks and Pieces. But I also can kind of building this idea off of the globe. I can also see a little mini solar system. That would be really cool.
That's on Lego Ideas.
Yeah, I saw. That's why. But yeah, I think a solar system would be great. And then once we discover more galaxies, which they are, and get better pictures, have other galaxy Lego sets.
So why not just have the Star Wars Galaxy Lego set?
Ooh,
I
there you
want
go.
a Tatooine globe.
Yeah,
Final
yeah.
dropping. Let's get into this. That was a perfect transition. That's why I'm moving this forward here, guys. It finally happened after 2 years of grinding through this. Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker dropping April 5th. Woo! guys. Okay, can I just say, I wish we could show that trailer.
Oh, that was beautiful.
I actually have been watching
Can
it
we?
in parts through TikTok. I haven't had a chance to go sit down and watch it, but I have to say one thing I'm super excited about that no one's talking about: health bars on your enemies. Did anyone else notice that?
I do like that. I do like that a lot.
I'm thinking that enemies are going to be harder to actually like take out. And I think that's a really good move because before there was no battle mechanics to the game. It was just, oh, you're swinging your lightsaber, you're shooting your blaster. But with this, I think it's actually going to be harder to progress through the level unless you take out your enemies. And I do like the different options you have. There's new combat mechanics, and you can kind of sneak around them and flank them from the back if you wanted to, because they said there are multiple ways to progress through the level. So that used to be very different before, and it was basically like you were on rails walking through the story, but this is more choices that the player is given.
That's true. Cool. And you did sort of see that if you played the LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens, there were some choices like that too, where it started becoming like that, and I've noticed that in the newer games. But I mean, you can use different types of force. Like, it's not just like, okay, this item you can use that type of force on. No, it's like you go through and you choose what type of force you want to use on stuff. So I think you're right, and I am fine with that. And I think I've always liked the fighting in the game because, like, always, it makes you feel like you're in Star Wars. But I think they finally bumped up that fighting to a place where it needs to be for, like, we haven't played the game yet, so we don't know. And my goal is to buy this on April 5th and stream it, because that just sounds like a blast. And if I can get someone else on it to play, I'm going to. But I think the game is looking amazing.
There's a lot of things about it too. I mean, like one of the videos that I watched maybe last year or something, they said that you can also adjust things. So like they have voices now, where back in the complete Saga they didn't have voices. So you can transition between if you want voices or you don't want voices. You want like new school style, mumbles or noises. Like there's a lot of settings that they allowed you to choose, especially if you like that nostalgia feel of the old school game, versus the new stuff, which I thought was really cool.
That was their big reveal at the end of the trailer. I got up and started clapping and cheering alone in my house because I was so happy. Because that was rumored. You were right, Zane. It was rumored about a year ago. At this point, we've been waiting on this game for a long time. And I was like, if they do that, they are going to make so many people happy. But it's funny, I put a poll out on Instagram, and the results of the poll were very interesting. Only 60% of people said they want mumbles, and the other 40% said they're going to play with dialogue. And a lot of people messaged me, and they're like, honestly, I'm going to play twice, once the whole way through with mumbles and once the whole way through with dialogue.
I'll probably switch to mumbles once I go into free play stuff.
Yeah.
Just because you don't want to have to hear about that same little scene over and over again. Also, a little thing, I don't know how well done it is, but you can fly a ship into the planet, and I'm pretty sure find places to land. Like, that is awesome. Like, this is the ultimate Star Wars experience. And Zane, you have something. I'll let you go before I keep going off on this.
So, would we or are we able to play the trailer? Are we allowed to? I mean, it's released by everybody.
Music won't allow us to.
Yes.
Why won't the music? I mean,
because the music is copyrighted.
But it's on YouTube, though. We're sharing YouTube.
We'll get shut down.
Yeah.
I'm sure everyone's already watched it.
True.
But maybe we can see if we can do a specialized video where we watch it and talk about it.
Studbuds react.
Yes. That's something I'd react. But yeah, I think the game is it's looking good. And I think there's a lot of new mechanics to it. I'm really hoping, as Matt, you said, they made it harder. So that it's harder. I think like the fighting and the puzzles are going to be harder, and I'm hoping they have new types of puzzles. I want it so it's not that I beat this a level in a day. Like, I want it to take me a bit to beat something, and I'm fine with that. And I think it'd be cool if they had easy, medium, hard, but
that'd be cool.
I'm excited to see what they do, and I think that trailer, guys, like, we've been waiting for this game since beginning of 2020, right?
I've had it pre-ordered for a year and a half.
That was, we were all hoping to get this during the middle of COVID because then we could actually play it. But I am fine with this coming out right now, and I'm hoping that with all that extra time they put into the game, it's worth it. But I'm also hoping that it's not overhyped. I don't think it will be. I think that game is going to be. I freaked out. I think you're going to get into that game. You're going to start playing it, and it's just, it's going to be Star Wars. Like,
Yeah.
What else to say? Like the game, the creators said that they want to make the ultimate Star Wars experience, and I think they are. So,
I hope it is as good as we're hyping it up to be. I always try to keep my expectations low, but I mean the fact that you can travel from planet to planet in a free play style mode, that's really nice.
Yeah.
And with 300 plus unlockable characters, I saw in that trailer, you have Jabba the Hutt, Salacious B. Crumb, his little like Quokian monkey lizard fellow. You have the Gonk droid, Phase 2 Commander Cody. I mean, what more could you ask for?
And also the fact that you can get a pack with Rogue One, Mandalorian, Clone Wars, like, I almost wanted to wait until the game went on sale before buying it, because what is it, $60? But at the same time, I'm just like, it's worth it. It's highly
It's gonna take a long time to beat though, with 9 episodes.
Oh man.
Yeah.
It's very true. All right, but this game might give us a lot of great ideas for some, maybe new mocks that you could do.
Yeah.
Quick thing, I do want to point this out. If you look at it, it looks like there's gonna be less like here's just world generated stuff, but stuff looks more brick
More
built.
brick built.
That's and I love that. And that's gonna dive great into Mocky time.
Woo.
So with this week, we got a ton of mocks to talk about. And we haven't really done a normal Mocky time. Hopefully, it's gonna be better than last week.
Yeah. Oh.
Let's just scroll through all these parts. Ethan.
It was like, whoa. Well, we're gonna start with a mock that I've been wanting to show for a while. It's gonna be a longer episode because it's gonna be good. But look at this dog. This is a good looking dog.
Wow, that is a clean dog. Is that wait? Is that a dots bracelet?
Oh yes.
Yeah, yes it is. It's the thicker one with the star that was in the Lego Movie 2 sets. Those are cool.
I like Lego Movie.
Yeah, man. But here's some close. This is by Timothy Chikashev. And this thing just looks really cool. Is that is that ball an actual Lego element?
I hope it is.
I hope it. I would think it is. I would think it is.
Yes, it is.
What does it come with? I wonder.
Can it be one of those planets or something that they cleaned off?
It's Mindstorms.
Oh, okay.
That would make sense. Look at
It
that.
really is
Look
a
at that
good
photo.
dog.
It's a good dog.
That's a good boy.
I've been excited to show this for like so long.
You don't have to clean up after this one. You don't have to take it
Yeah.
outside. You don't have to take it to the vet.
That's a good boy.
Look at that. I was just so happy. But yeah, Timothy Takashev. And I did make a how many different Lego colors, but I don't remember because I made that like a good couple of weeks ago. I think it was like 14.
5. Really?
There's a lot of like tan, white, dark gray, light gray, black, light blue, yellow, that blue ball. There's a lot. I'm not gonna do it because I don't remember the exact. But the next thing is for the next mock, find how many pink skirts.
Oh boy.
This is. Are you all ready?
No. but
Okay.
Yes.
Matt, you can't
Okay.
count the one you're wearing right now.
2.
3.
Yo, Matt got it.
Oh God, I didn't get
See,
it.
they're like the little.
If
the
I
puffs.
hadn't made my comment, then I would have had it.
Yeah. Excuses. You're not the best, Brad. I'm sorry.
Oh!
Next we have the white floofy thing. Are y'all ready?
Ready.
Boom.
It's in the neck collar. It's in the neck collar.
Yep.
There you go. There you go.
And next we have the last part. Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Are you sure? Find the blue flower.
It's on the table.
1.
Set that bowl.
Yeah, Brad. Zane got it.
Got it.
I wanted to tell you before you even clicked on it because
Yeah.
I saw it, but I was
Uh-huh.
going to wait till you're done reading the question.
But this
Matt,
mic is
it's
really
okay.
cool. Moria Artis. Where did clear flex tubing come from? Because it's actually Lego, but I need some.
So Force.
Exo Force. I really need some. You could do
So
some
they
cool
used
stuff
to
with that.
have clear tubing come from a glow brick on it to the rifle they had in their weapons, and then you could push on it and it would light up the weapon and act like it's shooting.
That's
Wow.
really cool.
I have one of those. I didn't realize that's what it was. Yes, because it does connect to a light brick. I have that big like 4-legged walker thing.
Whoa, 4-legged walker.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Or-
Anyways,
But this
Those are
thing,
2 legs.
look at those little clams, like golden clams. I thought that was unique.
It's a golden clam. Oh, on his
Yeah.
feet. Oh, for like the
Mhm.
top of the shoe.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
what a clam.
This thing is really cool. Next. Okay, I'm not gonna show the
How
how
many
many
colors?
Lego colors. This one's tricky. Yeah, it's not gonna be an immediate thing. So, boom.
Oh, it's Vader in a suit.
6.
I forgot what we were asking, but I got.
How many colors?
Brad,
One
Zane.
second. 1 second.
this is
6.
tricky.
7.
Under the neck, it's dark gray. So it's 8.
Oh,
So close.
Woo! Who's
Nice.
the breast? Bad
What-
breast.
But we got red verse. This is
That is
a cool.
unique.
This is a unique mock. I don't really understand. It's a deer on his arm, so that's cool.
Maybe was this the same? Because the deer reminds me of a mock that we went over in the past, where it was like,
The artwork thing. Like where it's
Yeah.
bent
Oh
back?
yeah, I remember that.
yeah, was it the same mock builder that made this, that made that? I'm just trying to think of a reason that Darth Vader
Red
would be
verse
holding a
doesn't
deer.
seem familiar. It
Well,
could
maybe he's in like Harry Potter when they have like the the Patronus charm and the Patronus animals. That's Vader's Patronus. It's a stag.
That's technically
Okay.
her dad's Patronus. But
Okay.
Oh,
One more mock. Find the little cupcake piece.
but it's a cupcake.
Wait,
thing.
what is
Yeah.
that from? Friends?
Probably.
Friends, I think.
Oh boy.
Okay. Are you all ready?
Yep.
Yep.
Ah!
What in the heck is it on the? No, what? The cupcake piece? What are you talking about, Ethan?
Yellow?
one second.
Yeah.
I keep thinking I see it, but I don't want to say it because I'm like,
Wait, is it in the portal?
Yeah.
Yeah. Aw. Good job,
the
Brad.
sun in the portal, right?
Good job, Brad.
Yeah.
Snaps to you.
Okay. I
See,
thought it was
it's
a different yellow
the
though.
little sun. The little sun.
Yeah. That was a good one though, Ethan. That was good.
That was good.
Do you have any more questions for that one? Or is that
Yes,
the only one?
there's more. Okay.
Oh,
Brad was
man.
looking for all the other pieces.
How many ladybugs?
Whoa.
Oh, I didn't know this was even a piece.
That's a Friends piece, I think, right?
Yeah, it is.
It's a ladybug.
It's from Friends.
Okay. Are you all ready?
Sure. Not really,
Okay.
but yeah.
Oh, it's ladybugs. Is it on the gun thing, the rocket ship?
We're
No.
not gonna help you out.
Is it up on top of the building? On top of the building.
There's-
You can't just guess everything.
Yeah. How many? You have to do a number.
Oh.
Well, how many are there?
Yeah. That's the question, I think.
Okay.
How
Yep.
many ladybugs?
How many ladybugs?
2.
Are they all red?
Is that your final answer, Zane?
Yes, 2.
Yeah, then you are.
Did you just say a number?
No, I got 2.
I only see. I don't even. I think I see one, and that's it.
I can't even find the ladybug.
Look at the yellow building up at the top left and then the bottom right.
Yeah. Oh, not the bottom right. It's
Well, on
of that yellow building.
Yeah, just the yellow building.
Oh, I thought those were just studs, but
No,
okay.
they're ladybugs.
Yeah.
They're
Get with the
ladybugs.
game, Matt.
You're right, Zane. They're ladybugs.
Thank you. Thank
The
you.
ladybug. Okay.
Ethan, what you should do in the future is you should have another image with the stuff circle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I'll do that. Okay. Last question about this mock.
Oh, God. Oh,
How many of these?
No, this
What
was from
is
the
that?
Lego games. This was the
Nice.
dice.
It's the dice from Lego games.
Mhm.
I love that piece.
it looks
It's
like
a
a 4
good
by 4
piece.
by 4 by 4.
Mhm.
How do you even know?
Okay.
1,
3.
2.
Yep. Brad got it with a 3.
Oh,
I
Where's
saw
the
it on the
third
bottom
one?
first, and then I looked up and I saw it on the top of the building. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
dang it.
I saw in front of the door on the building first, and then the one in the water. I didn't realize the third one was on top of the yellow building.
Wait,
Yep.
is that all the questions you have for this mock? 'Cause
I want to about the mock.
Yeah.
What's about the mock?
Brad wants to point out a piece usage, but he doesn't want you to say any questions about it. So he's asking if you're done asking.
Okay, that's all the questions.
There's Aragorn. There's also, if you look at it, there's the horse pieces, the horse saddle parts there
Oh, that's cool.
on the
That's
rocket,
clever.
which I think is really cool. I don't know. Those are just two things I noticed about the mock that I thought were cool.
Yeah,
Wow.
I have some more pictures of it. Another angle. It's got that little shop right there or whatever. I thought that was cool. Here's some closer images. I
That
like the rubber
portal is-
bands.
That portal really.
I love portals. Next here's a closer image right here.
Wow.
And this is the guy who built it. We got Ethan the Artisan.
Oh,
He's a good builder.
You built this?
Yeah, I did.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait. I'm so confused right now.
Well done.
Fake.
Well done.
No.
Ethan's lying.
No, he did. He did.
There it is over there.
Oh, he really
When did you build this?
Literally all week. That was like my main week.
did. Oh, you built it this week? Like you just built it?
Yeah.
Can we pull this up again?
Can we see it in person?
Cow. I should have known.
You should have known. This is such an Ethan the Artisan build. Like that foundation is that one that I built.
Oh my gosh.
I
I
added
didn't
a
even
blue ball
see that.
because
The
that's
fact that you waited to tell us.
Wait, hold up.
He's got blue balls down there on the bottom. He's got everything is Ethan. There's so many subtle hints. Holy cow!
I know you have that Doctor Strange set, and that's Wong, I think. From
yeah.
that.
I put a hat
wow.
on him.
And that's
Him hair.
so when I'm saying, hey, there's that cool horse part usage. From
He's like, yeah, I know.
He's like, I'm the one who used the pieces.
I'm holding up a very rude hand gesture right now.
Also, the fact that I was like, are you sure those are ladybugs? Yep, they're ladybugs.
Oh my goodness!
Ladybug much clearer on that
But-
last picture.
Look at that explosion.
Holy cow,
God,
Ethan!
Ethan, holy crap!
You know this takes our excitement to a whole nother level of like
Wow.
looking at a. Can we see it in person? Go grab it, Ethan. Let's see it.
Well,
That's you can do
kill
that
it.
next Stud Buds episode.
Okay, unless it's been disassembled by then.
Wow.
Oh,
Are you gonna share this on social media, or is this something that you're kind of keeping to
I
yourself
will
for a little
eventually.
while?
I will eventually.
Okay. Okay.
Wow, I am.
Gosh, I
stunned.
was like, this is amazing. Well, it looks like the mocks you usually bring in. I wasn't expecting. Wow, that is.
Wow.
Wow.
When I built this, I was like, I have to do this. And I was like,
That was awesome. Because none of us knew you were building that.
You wanted to do this time so badly.
Is that true? Are you hidden behind the counter in that mock?
what?
Go back to the mock.
Now I'm very upset. You know what an even funnier thing?
Go back
Is
to the other picture.
Yeah.
This one?
Yeah. Is that
Oh,
you
it's
in
a
the bar?
beard. It's a beard. It's got a beard. It's like
Oh,
Why didn't you
a bearded
hide
version of
this-
me.
You know what would be even funnier is hiding the stud buds in the mock.
I
Without-
thought
yeah.
about that.
That would have given it away.
Yeah, I couldn't. That's literally my sig fig on the blue motorcycle. I literally put brown hair because I thought y'all would know.
Oh my god. Look, I still wouldn't have guessed. If I saw the fair, I'd be like, oh, that's a cool look. I wouldn't.
yeah.
I love what you did with the rubber bands as well and the greebling. That was really cool.
At a LEGO convention, I got like a whole bag of not like a good bag of like 30 rubber bands.
rodeo,
for, like,
wasn't it?
Yeah. Because he's on my robot. There's like a good 20 on my robot and then a good 10. Rubber bands is where it's at.
Yeah, Zane.
There's a question by Jack Skywalker. How does the portal thing stay up?
if you see next to the building, there's a little hinge, that little gray, and it's like there's a hinge on that little gray box right there.
Oh,
You just
I
can't
see what you're
see it.
saying.
Wait,
Okay.
Ethan, the stuff that's in the portal, did you edit that in, or is that
No,
actually in the portal?
That's in there. It's basically I got curved pieces and it's none edited, no editing.
We're all in shock.
Yeah.
Matt,
We're all in shock right now.
after the show, just this part where he's like does that surprise. That clip needs to go on TikTok. I'm sorry, but that was absolutely hilarious.
Yes, it does. That needs to be a Stud Buds video.
That's
Matt.
But speaking of funny things, I feel like some trivia. I mean, Zane, is that where it's at?
What I'm curious about is how in the heck do you transition between memes and funny to like I want something laughy, ha ha ha, trivia.
Unless we want to do memes.
Yep.
Investments are next.
I was about to say before we do trivia though, I feel like I need to learn some investment opportunities so then I can
Oh.
trivia y'all about that.
Oh
Yeah.
goodness. Okay. Well, are you guys ready for investments
Yes.
time?
Oh, we're ready.
Oh.
Because I know I am not.
It's Brick Investments time.
I had to find the intro. And
Yeah, after that intro, you have to be ready for investments now.
I'm out of M&Ms.
Oh.
Oh no. Well, guys, I pulled a Brad and I went woo to the PowerPoint. Well, actually,
oh, man.
Boy, you're so nice though. Like,
it really is. Like, it took a long time, but this is gonna be well worth it because it's just it's a higher level of quality. Okay, so this week, as I mentioned before in the beginning of the show, we are talking about the Lego Star Wars gift with purchases. Now, I'm gonna warn you guys, these are not the minifigures. We are talking about like buildable gift with purchases.
Okay.
And we're also not talking about like Comic Con exclusive or VIP exclusives.
Okay.
These are pretty much open to everybody if you were able to buy the right thing at the right time. Now, I might be wrong with like the values. I'm pretty sure all of it was around $50. Like, you have to spend $50 in order to get something. Some of it might have been $100. Correct me if I'm wrong. You're more than welcome to. But first up, we have the R2-D2, which was released in 2017 with 70 pieces. It was free from Lego.com and Lego stores for qualifying Lego purchases of over $50 or more. Is that still sealed?
Mm-hmm.
Well, how much do you think it's worth?
Oh, I think unless I checked like 2 years ago and it was like $15.
I bet it's worth 50 now.
20.
Okay,
With the 50th anniversary R2D2 and all that stuff.
I think Ethan or Brad is actually the closest in this scenario.
Oh, what?
But I'll get to the specifics of it in a second.
You better, boy.
It originally celebrated the 40th anniversary of the original Star Wars film because it did come out in 2017. The original Star Wars movie came out in 77. So pretty cool, but it is worth, according to Brick Economy, 1901. So Brad was the closest. It's had an annual growth of 7.58% per year, and you can see that there is a slight upward trend to the sales that it's had. And they're projecting that a whopping $20.73 will be what is increased to in the coming year. So not a ton. Currently on Bricklink, the value is $19.48, new and sealed. I'm only going with American prices here, by the way, and new and sealed.
Going great, Matt. You're doing a great job. Just want to.
Oh, well, thank you,
I
Brad.
like this format. Very easy.
Good. I'm glad you like it. Well, it doesn't cover up our faces either. So do you guys think this is like reasonable? Zane, you thought it would be more.
I think how much it's going for right now makes sense. I think that it's not something I'd want to buy, but I definitely think it's very cool. Actually, I like how it looks. But I think it makes sense the price where it's going with. Usually, poly bags don't go for as much, especially with something about $50 you have to spend. That makes about sense.
I always thought it would be more because it's Star Wars.
Yeah, there are
I
only
just
2 exclusive parts.
the printed. You're right, Ethan. So let me go back here for a second. The printed dome and the piece on the front of its. I want to call it its chest, but it's not really a chest.
But it's like the vent ports right down the front.
Right, exactly. And everybody loves R2-D2. But also, the one thing that I did note was, because I watched a Jang Bricks review on this a while back.
Yeah.
The dome, like many of the R2-D2 minifigures, has flawed printing because if you notice, literally like on minifigures, and even on this one, the lip of the bottom of the dome where it goes right above the pieces will sometimes be warped. And if you
Ooh.
follow the line across the bottom of it, it will lift up and down. Just wanted to point that out. That it's funny how something larger scale still suffers the same fate as the minifigure versions. Next up, we have something very similar with the BB-8 released back in 2018 during the Last Jedi era. 48 pieces. The top of the dome is printed as well as all the side kind of dishes. This set was a free promotion item in LEGO stores and LEGO.com online with qualified purchases. I think it was $50 or more. I didn't double check that though. What do you guys think this is today, new and sealed?
15.
Ooh,
BB-8 isn't as popular.
13. I love BB-8 though. He's probably my favorite droid.
Really?
I like
I love
BB-8.
BB-8's my favorite out of all of them. Seriously, he cracks me up. Favorite scene? The thumbs up. He's like, "You got that? The little lighter." Oh, perfect.
I really like him too,
But
especially the Lego one.
This set is very dorky. Like, look at
Oh,
that
yeah.
thing. Do any of you own this?
The little shield pieces and stuff right there that don't make any sense.
Right.
Yeah, no, I completely get it. And to me, I bet you this goes for 13, something like that, lower end.
1404. You were close.
Damn.
So
Good.
there's an upward trend. It's significantly projected to increase by 33.40%. Like, it's doing well, but I mean, it's not your modular buildings. It's not your like, what was the Christmas village sets? Nothing compared to that.
Yeah.
But it's still a cool little set. It's a fun little build.
And the fact
And-
that you got it for free, you can probably get about $15 for it, is still not bad.
Yeah,
Right,
no,
I mean-
good turnaround.
Any bit of money is good, especially if you were going to already buy something on that day. I think it was a May the 4th. Did I say that? I think so. But I remember they also came out with it again at my Lego store because they found some in the back like a year ago. I remember a friend came back up to me and he was like, "Yeah, they were giving this away." And I'm like, "That's from like years ago. I don't know why they still have that." Yeah, Brad.
Sometimes they still have them in the back. Like there was a point where the Lego store was said, like the Lego company was like, "All right, cut off putting these out now."
Yeah.
And so they'll have boxes of them in the back.
Huh.
Like the Harry Potter ones, we were selling this year for last year.
Wow.
That's cool. That's
2
cool.
years ago, I guess it technically would have been. But
You learn something new every day.
I
On Brick-
figured that's not for every Lego store, but for certain stores, a lot of times what happens is they have a cutoff date, and then they need something to sell, so they throw
Right.
them out. Or
So
they just
don't
give them
ask.
away.
Don't ask, "Hey, do you have the BB-8?" They're not going to have it.
Yeah,
Just like
exactly.
it's up to them to determine that they have enough stock to be able to re-release it. So $12 new and sealed on Bricklink at the lowest price in the US. Pretty much pretty cut and dry there. So next up we have the Battle of Hoth 20th anniversary of the Empire Strikes Back edition set. This was released in 2019. Do you know how much you had to spend on this bad boy in order to get it, or was it just with any Star Wars purchase?
I think it was 100.
Okay, that would make sense. It
Yeah.
came out with 195 pieces, and it has some printed parts like on the front of the AT-AT. What do you guys think it's worth today?
Because it's a collector's item with the 20th anniversary, especially.
I bet $50.
I was thinking 50.
Yeah.
Okay, we're on the same page. Now, I do want to note before I reveal that you can clearly see a switch because Lego originally for their May the 4th promotions had minifigures, and I didn't want to skew this list with the minifigures, and there's a lot of them, so I was going to keep it brick built. And then also they started with the droids, and then they switched to this like vignette style build, and then today we have the lightsabers. So just wanted to note that across the board. This one is worth $45.68 today, new and sealed. You guys were very close. But, I mean, nice, clear upward trend. Of course, there's always going to be ones that sell for more as well,
Yeah.
whether on Bricklink or eBay. But it's a cool little set. Bricklink currently, it's worth $39 at its lowest price, new and sealed in the US. So, pretty cool set. Another one that's like it is the Battle of Endor, released in 2019. Or I think, yeah, this one was 2019. I don't think this was a May the 4th production. I think this was something else. Do you remember what it is, any of you?
I think it was May the 4th, but it might have been because of the 20th anniversary sets coming out. I think that was around that time too.
Got it. And I think I did mess up the pricing here. I think you had to pay $100 or more to be able to get this one.
because what was the tattoo? The Tatooine one was 100, right?
Yeah.
Or it might have been 85.
Maybe because there was a slower upward trend.
Yeah.
I remember, but I didn't.
85 or 100, something around I think it's 85 that you had to pay
Yeah.
for these.
That would make sense. Brick Economy and even Brickset didn't list that out, so I was trying to just guess or do some backhanded undercover secret agent Matt sort of work to figure out the
We
pricing.
will find out in a few months how much they were going for.
Yeah. So 45.06 is what it's worth today, according to Brick Economy. You know, kind of across the board, it's averaged out price. It's gone up 40%, and currently on BrickLink, it's worth 54.98.
Oh wow.
So, I mean, it's worth more than the Battle of Hoth set, and that was a 40th anniversary, which is interesting.
Yeah, that's
I
odd.
think
That is
If I
surprising.
remember right, this one had that 20th anniversary logo on the box or something. Like it had something to do with, if I remember right, the 20th anniversary stuff.
Yep,
Like
yep.
Star Wars, and that's one of the reasons it did better is because people wanted that to go with the rest of the 20th anniversary stuff.
That's a very good point. Thank you for
Right.
saying that. I didn't realize that. Yeah, it's right there. You can see it to the right on the front. That's printed.
Can you quickly go to the
No
Hoth
sticker.
camp just quickly? Yeah, that part is. Oh, someone else had 20 years on it.
I guess, was this 20 years of... Here. This was 20 years of LEGO Star Wars. It was not an Empire Strikes Back. I thought it was, because it had the same kind of box art that the Empire Strikes Back 40th anniversary
This was the
had.
20 years one. Sorry, this was the 20 years one.
Well, this also, it's not on the box, but it's on the plate.
This is 20
Yeah.
Oh,
years there as well.
So
There
it
was
must have been
something.
because both of them came out the same year. It was 20 years of LEGO Star Wars, not I think this was also 40 years of The Empire Strikes Back because it has the same like ribbon on the side that all of those anniversary sets had. So anyways, the ones that have some special significance for the time that it's released, that's a good point. They're going to be worth more. Next up, we have the Death Star 2 Vignette Battle. Released back in 2020, 235 pieces, promotion for May the 4th. New and sealed today. What do you guys think it's worth?
A little less. Probably like 35.
This one wasn't popular, so
Yeah,
I don't
think-
remember this.
I'd say $30.
I think the reason that we're not remembering it is look at the release date, 2020. Maybe,
Release date.
a lot of people didn't go to the Lego store or couldn't go to a Lego store.
Mhm.
That's what I'm
4th of
thinking.
2020, yeah.
So I remember this, and a lot of people were hating on this one when it came out. They thought it was, for some reason, there was a lot of hate going towards this.
Which I don't understand it, but
and it's pretty decent.
I think it's because it was a bit basic. The pieces aren't very unique. I think anybody can pretty much build it out of their own collection. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's some cool other stuff that I'm not noticing. But I think the printed tile in the front is nice. I think that's at least what you have to do for a gift with purchase. And no stickers. But today it's worth $25, so about half of what the other ones were. And it, you still have that upward trend like all Lego sets, it seems like nowadays, except if you're like Grievous's Starfighter. I don't think that will eventually be worth more than it was originally upon release. But on BrickLink, it's currently worth $22.31 at its lowest price, new and sealed in the US. So if you want to go pick it up today, shout out to Roy's Minifigs and something. Lastly, for the Vignette line, we have the Tatooine Homestead, and this was just released last year, so it's not going to be as up to date as the other ones. It's going to take some time to kind of figure out how much it's going to be worth, but no longer available. Of course, it was only a May the 4th kind of edition, but it did only come out on May 1st. So Lego went away from their May the 4th kind of on that date promotional options.
They did that this year, for that last year, if I remember right, just to help with COVID stuff. So they put out their May 4th deal.
That makes sense. I hope they go back to doing it on May the 4th, but I have a feeling that maybe they picked May 1st, and I don't remember, you guys might. Was May 1st on a weekend, or
I think it was a Saturday, I think, honestly.
Was it? Okay. Because I'm hoping they go back to the May the 4th thing because it's on Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. But I think they might stick to it just because they're going to get more people to go to the Lego store to be able to get this stuff. but
Yeah.
who knows? Who knows? We don't know.
Who knows?
What do you think it's worth today on BrickLink or
$20.
Brick Economy?
30.
It's recent.
20.
Yeah, I might guess for 20.
1999. According to Brick Economy. Not a lot of sales. A lot when it was originally released. That's something that I find interesting. If we go back here, look at this. On the graph, mainly all of the majority, we'll say, the vast majority of times that it was sold is to the left of the chart, meaning that was when it was originally released. Same with, this is a bit more scattered. And even the Battle of Hoth, it's still kind of in the beginning of it. But then there's this slight price increase all of a sudden. It's funny, like, when things decide to sell. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think because this came a collector's thing where you can put all of them together. And so I think what happened was they started going up in price because, hey, I want to add this one. Like, I would love to get all of them because they look, I mean, I have 2 of them and they look really cool next to each other. But people are going to want to buy them. So when you have, like when we were talking about with modulars, when you have a collector's item, the past stuff goes up in price more because people want to collect that.
Right. BrickLink, you can buy it at $17.50. So not a lot. Get it while you can before the price goes up anymore. That's what I'm gonna say. But moving forward, we have our last 2 here. Really, our last one that's been out for a while. Yoda's lightsaber. I don't have this. I wish I did. The reason I bought the AT-AT when I did was because this came out with the Master Builder Series Mos Eisley Cantina in 2020, and I eventually got the Mos Eisley Cantina, but I wish I would have got it on release day so I could have gotten the Yoda's lightsaber. And this also does not, we'll say this, I don't think LEGO stores had made enough of them or had enough of them available to be able to sell. So there's not a lot on the market. And I think that kind of drove up the price for this specific set. But what do you think it's worth today, new and sealed?
$300.
I was about to say $150.
175.
Okay, I'm just gonna warn you. The Brick Economy price is lower because it's an average, but I'll show you on BrickLink. It's gonna be interesting. So Brick Economy 188.96, so it's significantly lower than you guys were kind of thinking, and lower than I was thinking as well. But like I said, this is an average of all the sets that have been sold, but it still has that projected increase, of course. And if we look at
$300 on there
on BrickLink. $350. There are only 2 available, new and sealed in the US. One is $350, one is $450. So, yeah, this was one to keep sealed and one to resell for sure.
Yeah.
Because
And, I mean, Matt, as you said, I'm pretty sure if I remember right, the store in my area, my friends were telling me they had 9 of them.
yeah, very low quantity, which will always drive up the demand. You know, supply and demand, baby. But the build is pretty simple. I think, you could build this out of your basic parts, but yeah, crazy. And then we have the Luke's lightsaber, our last one for today, released with the AT-AT. Currently, we don't know how much it's going to be worth in the future, of course, but Brick Economy says an average of what has been sold at is $142.48. And on BrickLink, there's quite a few available, more than I thought would be. And at the lowest price, it's still worth $135. So I think this is going to still increase. It has better packaging than the Yoda's lightsaber. Yeah. It has a better instruction manual, and everything is just it's made for a display piece for UCS collectors. So it fits well with the rest of your display. But yeah, that is Brick investment time today. Sorry that ran a bit longer than I expected, but
I liked how it looked.
Yeah. I think moral of the story is invest in the stuff that you think is going to be, fitting of the collector that you're looking to sell it to, right? So something like a Yoda's lightsaber or a Luke's lightsaber, which is a higher display grade than the other ones, is going to be worth a bit more than something that's not as unique.
Good points.
Well,
Very good points.
Who wants
Anything that any of you want to add, or should we move on to something a bit more lighthearted?
I think GW30s are a really good thing to invest in, and really just pointed out there, and they're harder to get sometimes. So if you see a really good GWP that you think, hey, I don't like this personally, but I think it would do well, get it and keep in your backlog because it might go for something in the future.
GWP, gift with purchase.
Yeah. GWP. I'm going to start saying that. That's fancy.
I would also say hold off on building things longer than you think you should. Don't get excited and build it right away. I know Zane, you tend to do that, but but hold off for a little bit just to see how much it's gonna go up. Oh my gosh, really?
He's got
You have one, Dom?
Matt's willing to pay.
For?
Yeah, as I say, Matt's willing to drop $300 on that if you're willing to, sell.
Dom, send me a DM. We'll talk.
No, I think we need to go beat someone up. We haven't done that in a while. Just maybe.
Yeah,
Ah.
I need to sell my kidney in order to get a Yoda's lightsaber if I want one. But
yeah.
Well,
Apparently.
speaking of laughs, let's get some memes.
Ah, that was a good meme. Oh, you're serious? Oh, I just thought it was different because it had the wrong freaking logo.
oh my gosh.
Hey,
Honestly,
we gotta have nostalgia for our old logo.
It
Wait.
is funny. Our intro has become a meme at this point.
It
So-
literally
so-
has.
So that new logo is plastered on a lot of us right now. And Matt,
you
it
see
looks
this?
like you got some stuff with that new logo on it.
Yeah.
How did you get that stuff?
Well, it's funny. I actually went to the merch store, link in description, to be able to buy one of these Stud Buds hats, one of these Stud Buds hoodies. I also have a shirt just like Ethan is wearing. You could have it in gray like Brad. Also, here's what I use it for, but I have a Stud Buds mug with the logo on it, and I can store my cool sunglasses, X-Acto knife for opening up Lego sets, and dongle for your microphone. That's what I use it for. I store unique items in it that I need to reach for, and I don't have them all strewn across my desk. But you can get it today. Merch store in description. Go check it out. We have other stuff as well that you might want that fits your unique style. Yes,
And they're
Brian.
comfy, right? I wouldn't advertise anything that I didn't like. And I'm not gonna lie, I wear the Stud Buds shirt all the time. I love it.
Yep.
The hat's very comfortable. Like, even if you don't want it to say Stud Buds, you can get something with a nice logo on it.
Right.
And it's just basically a Lego brick, and it looks really cool. And honestly, there's so many cool things you can do with it. And if you're, need some new clothes or want a new hoodie, I highly recommend checking it. All proceeds from it help us make the show better in any ways that we can. So
Right. And if you see us wearing it, like Brad said, it's not because we're shilling merch. It's generally because we started this originally because we genuinely wanted to wear our logo.
Yeah.
And we wanted good quality, well-produced apparel. So we're not just shilling it. We want you guys to kind of be a part of the community. And then if we have multiple, could you imagine me walking into a store and seeing someone else wearing the same hoodie? It's
That would
community
be
building,
cool.
guys. It's knowing who is a part of this inner circle.
Buy yours today. Link in description. Side effects may
maybe
include
Yeah, sound effects may include.
special merch that
awesomeness,
Stud Buds
coolness.
members have. I think that's something we need to make. But yeah, so definitely go check that out. Link down in bio.
Anyway.
So while I was scrolling on Instagram, so one day I was scrolling on Instagram and I saw this thing. And I thought,
What
I
in
was
the
like,
world
what?
is that?
That's
Is that the UCS Walker, ATST Walker legs?
I
think it's just
I honestly don't know.
ATST.
But yeah,
What
this
in the
thing
world?
was I don't know what to think, honestly. But yeah, this thing was yeah.
That's a meme. That's a meme and a half.
Yeah.
Just the
Uh,
picture alone.
Then every time you see a Lego Stars leak set with no Commander Cody, misprint, man. Misprinted
Oh.
figures. That's a
Oh.
meme right there. This is by Xiom.
Yum.
Xiom.
Xiom?
Yeah.
Xiom.
Xiom.
Yum.
And then Wi-Fi quality drops
one
one
bar.
bar. The video quality. Because
Those
Every
Clone
time.
Wars figures are cursed.
yeah, those they are.
They're scary. They got scary eyes.
I like the Clone Wars figures. I'm not gonna
Look
lie.
at Palpatine is the worst, I
Oh,
think.
man.
Oh,
That is pretty bad. Man, he gives me
the heebie-jeebies.
Mm-hmm. And
Woo.
next up, this is kind of related to news, but when I see this, all I see is this. Could you imagine a Death Star on some sort of turn thing?
I
That'd
could.
be beautiful.
That would be really cool.
Beautiful.
I feel like it's coming up.
Wait, a Death Star on a turn thing?
Kind of like it.
Man, speaking of Zing.
Oh, if you guys look behind me, you'll see a Death Star on a turn thing. What?
Wow.
You're telling me that the Death Star can sit and rotate? How is that possible? What?
Magic. We must burn Zane at the stake.
Whoa!
She's
Whoa,
a
so
witch. She's
aggressive.
a witch. She's a witch.
Oh my
we
god!
need an affiliated link where we can like have that product under. That would be awesome.
Yes.
But
yes.
we got the meme from Randomly Random.
Oh, yeah.
Oh boy. When it's
trivia time, using that same format that has been.
Picture's been going around a lot, I've noticed.
You
It
were
has been.
frozen, Brad, and everybody screenshotted you because you looked so evil.
Yeah,
So scary.
look at that. Can't wait with a happy smiley face.
Can't wait.
I can't wait for trivia.
Yeah. This is literally. But yeah, that was memes. It's been a long time no see with memes. It's nice to finally have it.
You know what was amazing about that last meme though?
It brings it gives us a right little intro into what's next.
I mean, I was gonna say what's great about it is you can go put your own memes in the Discord.
That's what I was gonna say too.
I was getting there, but I
I
figured.
was gonna say, but before we get to our next segment, go to the Discord now.
Y'all took too long to respond. I mean, Ethan lined it up, and so I shot it.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
That's what it was.
Just so
But,
you know, go to the Discord so you can submit your memes, and maybe they'll be on the show next week. That's all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Anyway.
Exactly. And if you guys have trivia questions, throw them to me on Instagram or something like that. Maybe we'll use them. Maybe we won't. You never know.
I will.
Wait,
You-
we have a Studbuds Instagram? Where can you
We
find
do
that?
have a Studbuds Instagram. We have all kinds of things. We have the Instagram. We have a Discord. If you ever want to reach out to us, talk to us, see what we're doing. You know,
Tell
we're-
us our
we're-
show is great or that it sucks, and give us your honest feedback.
great, horrible. No matter what it might be, let us know. Especially if we're doing something horrible.
Because you can laugh with us.
And tell Zane how he's messed up in the spelling on trivia time every week.
Oh.
He absolutely
You can
loves
also
it
do-
with.
in the Discord. You can vote on the winner of Thunderdome. The voting is still open right now. Please go drop a vote for who you think won last week's episode of Thunderdome. We're gonna announce the winner last week just because we messed up and didn't
Next
put it
week.
in there as quickly.
Next week.
Next week.
Spider-Man.
Next week. So this week, go in there and vote on your favorite design idea that someone had for Thunderdome.
Build design, yeah.
Maybe
All of the
something
above.
that some really awesome dude posted a picture of that said "vote now." So I mean, I don't know who you're talking about, but
Vote now. Vote now.
all right,
Vote.
let's move
Give
this
your
along. We
votes
got stuff we
today.
gotta do. Zane,
Okay,
take it
so
away.
here we are, back at it again with the trivia time. For those of you who are new here or who don't know how we play this game, the way it works is we go from top down. And we each of them get a chance to ask a question. They get to pick a number on the spin wheel. We spin it. If they get it correct, they get 0.01 of a point. That'll go into their score. Then we will read the question aloud, and then they have a chance to answer it. If they answer incorrectly, it goes to the next person in line, and so on until everybody has a chance to win. Everyone has a chance to answer till the first person gets it correct. Then after everyone gets a chance to have their own question asked to them, we do a speed round where we spin it, I read it, and they all have to answer at the exact same time. We talked about last week doing whiteboards or something like that where you can lift it all up at the same time. I don't know if we were actually able to do that. Do you guys have your whiteboards, have everything?
I got a
Paper.
piece of paper.
I got
here.
a piece of paper.
I will go rip my whiteboard off the fridge.
Why is it on the fridge? Who keeps a whiteboard on the fridge? Unless he's got
my-
like a
my-
grocery list,
It's
right?
so he
My-
can send
my
himself
crown.
love letters.
My crown broke, so now I got like a little. I had a unicorn.
It was like a tiara. What was that?
JK,
Well,
the,
first
white-
up,
the whiteboard
What?
doesn't rip off the fridge.
oh, the whiteboard stuck to fridge.
But do you have a piece of paper at least?
We have a paper plate.
Done.
Perfect.
Okay, Brad, this one is for you. What number would you like?
I'm writing
Mr.
down my
Zane,
answer.
I'd like to go for 10.
Gonna go for 10. We're gonna give her 10. Wow, that one was spinning fast. I don't know what was going on there, but it was cooking.
Oh.
It was cooking. Oh.
Number 8.
Okay, number 8. But you know what? If we go into brands, we throw this bad boy in there. Why don't we? We're gonna put a little rock and roll in the background. Give a little music, a little excitement for this. Okay. You have question number 8. How many Lego Monster Jam trucks did Lego release to date?
Monster Jam.
Wait, for stunts or
No, Monster Jam trucks. They're just trucks. Not
for
stunts.
Technic?
It's just Lego. I saw them at Walmart. It's there.
What?
Yep,
I don't
they're
know.
Monster Jam trucks. It might be part of stunts, but they're sold individually. They're not together.
Stunts.
No.
Just it's stunts.
Are you?
It
the
could be.
pullback?
They're monster trucks. They're literally monster trucks.
Monster
like
trucks?
Gravedigger. Like if you know what
Yeah,
Monster
so
Jam
the
is?
Technic pullback sets.
Sure.
I want to say about 6.
Wrong.
I leave.
And the reason I answered so quickly, the reason why I didn't give everybody a chance with this one, because it was one of those questions that everyone seems to get confused about.
No.
There's only-
Wait, hold on.
There's literally only 2 monster trucks. There's
That's
only
what-
2 Monster Jam truck sets.
Yes, there was the shark head and the ram head, and then
Yes.
last year they had the Gravedigger, and there's an orange one that went with it too.
Were they individuals or were they all together?
They're individuals.
Huh? Well, then there's 2 that I missed. I was looking at Lego for right now. Okay, I'm glad we answered that because now we all know. But with that discussion item instead of question, I'm going to give Brad a chance to spin this again.
All right, thank you. Sorry, I wanted to make sure I got that.
No,
Okay,
you're right. You're right. You're good. You're good. Okay.
5. We'll go with 5.
Still
Number
in game.
7.
Okay, now 7. Okay, this is gonna be a multiple choice question, the very first multiple choice question on this game.
Oh.
Okay, what size? What I don't know. I put a D there. What size is the new Angular motor? Angular motor. It's a motor being sold.
That
What
is the
size-
question. What is
Yes.
the size of the new angular motor?
Oh, I messed up the is.
Whatever.
One second. I know what you're talking about. It's B. It's a medium.
A large, B medium, C small, D. It's not real. It can't hurt me. The answer is B. You are correct, Brad. You did get one correct finally. After 2 weeks, Brad has finally been awarded a point.
After having to give 2 questions to him in this episode.
I did. But you know what? The first question was fair. There was 2 trucks that I did not remember from last year. So that's
Okay.
my fault. So I did give that to him. You know. So now let's pull it up again. Matt,
Yes.
pick a number.
I got my thinking cap on. I'm going to say 3.
3 it is. We're sending her home.
Some Lego trivia. Woo!
Oh,
So close. Number 4.
Okay, we're gonna hide this choice. We're gonna lower this, and we're gonna read your question.
Okay.
Are you ready?
No, but okay.
Okay. True or false? The new Lego picture frame can be stacked when hung like a real Lego brick. Because it has studs on it and stuff. If you have not
So
seen
you're saying you could stack picture frames?
Mm-hmm. Like as you hang it, like the studs will go inside the bottom of the frame, just like regular Lego bricks. True or false?
I'm going to say because your question is so specific, true.
Is that your final answer?
My final answer is true.
The final answer is correct. It is true.
It's too easy.
Matt is winning.
What's
Matt
the
has-
score?
The score right
He's
now,
winning.
Matt is in the
Oh!
lead
Oh.
for the first time ever. Matt
For the
is in the
first
lead.
time.
How did I
In
get
forever.
0.5?
I don't.
Oh,
you
Brad and I
split.
split. Brad and I
Y'all
split.
Yeah.
Yep. Ethan, I'm gonna put you up here, but I'm thinking I know what you're gonna say. I think you're gonna guess 6.
Yep.
Yep. All right, we're going with 6.
Jane, you should get a point, knowing that he was going to get 6.
Right? I should get a point for that. I wish I could. Oh, it's 9.
9. Man.
You got to flip it.
You gotta flip it.
I was looking at like, wait, what? Is it a 6? Okay, ready?
Yep.
True or false? The Lego Technics Lamborghini Cyan has stickers.
I know the answer.
Oh. False.
That sounded so unconvincing. That's your final answer?
False.
Okay.
I shouldn't have said anything.
False.
Yes.
It has no stickers.
I shouldn't have said anything because
You
he
should
knew
not
the
have.
answer because I said that.
You
Dang
should
it.
not have. And you know what, you know what, Matt? The sad part is that because you brought that up and you did give him that pretty much,
I was
in the
gonna
lead.
get false.
now he's winning.
Mom.
Oh,
Were you
everybody's
gonna
gonna
guess
won-
false?
I was.
I was gonna guess false too.
Okay. The next trivia question is the new speed round tactic. Everyone has to have their pens and papers ready.
Okay.
Everyone,
Ooh,
okay.
that smells like Sharpie.
We're gonna
Oh,
pull
of
up the
course
spin
Sharpie
wheel.
smells like Sharpie.
Everybody has to guess the number. Everyone has to put a number in.
Okay. Okay.
Put
Wait.
this on the front of
okay.
my plate.
Yeah, write
No
your number
one-
down on your paper.
No one take my number, okay? Y'all know what it is.
Dude, I don't want to split 0.1 of a point with you.
Yeah.
Then we have to start moving the decimal point. 0.0001.
I'm sorry, 0.01 of a point.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Okay, everybody ready for their number?
Ready.
Yep.
Spin that wheel.
Wait, should we put our numbers up now?
Not yet.
Darn
Come
it.
on,
I got 6. I'm not even gonna show it.
Number 2, 3, and 6. Nope. Nobody gets awarded the points. Okay. Now, the way this is going to work for everyone in the comment section, we're going to read the question. They're going to write their answer. And then I'm going to say go, and they're all going to lift their answer up. Not
Okay.
until I say go. So, here it is. What year was the UCS TIE Fighter released? Everybody tell me when you're ready.
Okay.
I
don't know. I just
two.
guessed. I
I'm
was-
between two.
I think I
You know-
got it.
I don't know.
Wait.
You guys have 10 seconds.
I'm ready.
7, 6,
Oh wait,
5,
no.
4, 3, 2,
Okay.
1. Time.
It's either I had originally 2016, then I changed it to 2015.
2016.
Oh, well, that means that the point gets split between Ethan.
Oh, I wish you went
And
with
Matt.
Yes.
Ethan
That's
and
basically
Matt.
you get the point.
Ethan and Matt get to split a point.
I just in the nick of time
I'm,
changed
You had
that.
10 seconds, and
that
y'all
would have been
flopped it.
awesome. Man.
Oh, look at this. Look at this, though.
I'm sorry, Brad.
I'm
There.
sorry. I thought
Better question. I knew questions were
Here is our final score for trivia time this week. Brad at 2.52, Ethan at 8.53, Matt at 8.02, and our guests are at 3.
You know what? I'm playing the comeback game, right? I'm going to just get ahead so that I can just smash all of you for the next few weeks and win this.
Oh.
But you
Brad,
definitely.
what's
definitely
under the underdog?
the underdogs?
Well,
Comeback
I
king.
usually call that spot the Matt spot. So
Oh, but
true.
you know what, everyone? You know, I think Brad just really wants to cry about the fact that he's losing on this one.
yes,
I think he needs to shed a tear for all of us.
but
Couldn't
But-
we all?
I'm going to shed that tear in a medieval fantasy world. All right, we're bringing it this week, guys. I have brought one theme I have been wanting to do for so long. I just haven't done it yet. So I'm really excited to talk about this theme this week because it's a very interesting one with a lot of history, I guess you could say, around it. No pun intended there. But there's very interesting facts about it too. So let's get right into it. Guys, we're going to be talking about Castle, or as the fans deemed it, the fantasy era of Castle, not to get it mixed up with classic Castle. So, as you guys know, if you have never watched, well, okay, no, let me say this. If you've never watched Stud Buds before, let me explain how tier list works. So, usually we either take a minifigure line or a theme, and we rank it from S to G. I guess G is the lowest we got. So, S means that theme is amazing. That this is like one that we would still buy today. So we got things like Vikings, Lone Ranger, Classic Space, Pirates of the Caribbean, Indiana Jones, Mars Mission. So many great themes up there. You know, we got A, which means, hey, this was a good theme, but it's not perfect. It's not perfect. And then F means this was such an awful theme that I would rather pour acid into my eyes than buy this theme.
You'd rather go blind than buy a $20 Lego set?
I would. That's what makes a tier list, right? That's because you're tearing up because things are in your eyes, and you see Jack Storm, and you're like, I don't even want to look at this anymore. If this is in the world, I don't want to see.
So this is what we've ranked so far, and as you guys know, we've been going at this quite a lot. But so we're going to talk about our second. I'm pretty sure, right? This is our second medieval theme that we're going to be talking about today. So we've talked about Vikings. So this is actually the one that came after Vikings, which took inspiration from Vikings. And I'm going to try to show you guys that today. I still have the pictures from when we did Vikings, so I'm going to kind of show you where they took some inspiration from Vikings. But Zane, if you could scroll through these for me while I give you guys some background on it, because there's quite a lot here that I want to get into. So let's get into it. The fantasy era of Castle Sub-theme came out in 2007 through 2010 with 3 waves. Most sets contained warriors from opposing factions for more playability, which is something that I really like because it's a medieval theme. You want people from both sides. You don't want to get one set that's just all knights. Even though you guys are going to love this, there were battle packs with this theme. Those are at the last picture, but we'll get more into that later. So this theme had 4 factions it focused on. The main faction is the Crown Knights, led by the Crown King. So the Crown Knights. The Crown Knights usually had defensive structures that they came with. The Crown Knights were really rounded out with a king, queen, princess, jester, good wizard, jester, civilians, knights, and a general. Their symbol, if you look at the stuff, was a crown. Now, the thing I do love about the crown stuff is, again, they were rounded out. You get a little bit of everything, and you can really make up some nice armies, but also, as you notice, they have more defensive structures. They're usually behind a wall or a castle or something like this. They're kind of, they're knights, and you got to have your basic knight structure. And I said this was fantasy, so you did have some wizards and stuff like that. The second good guy faction is the Dwarfs. If you want to just keep going back through, Zane. Dwarfs, they're miners introduced in 2008. Their symbol is the winged helmet. Only 4 sets actually had dwarfs in it, but the sets were really awesome that they did come with. The third faction, the first villain one, was the Skeletons. The Skeleton Warriors were the first villains of the Crown Knights. Their symbol is a skull. There were a few different kinds of skeletons, and they rode skeleton horses sometimes. Their leader is the evil wizard, also known as Morox, or Malak the Malin. Is the ruler of the barren wastelands. He lives in a skeleton tower and is able to use sorcery to bring people back to life as undead servants. For the record, one second, I'm going to quickly find one of these sets for you guys here just to show you. So if you look at Malak, he's the wizard on top of the crown, the skeleton fortress there. His face is actually Ogle's from Alpha Team. And they say Ogle is actually like a descendant from him technically. I don't know. But he kind of does the same thing where he brings people back from the dead. So I just kind of think that was kind of a cool fact.
Oh, yeah.
He also is the villain, and I want to see if anyone can get this, in which Lego movie?
Oh, the Lego movie.
No. Clutch Powers. He is the main villain in that movie. If you've never... Wait, have you guys seen Clutch Powers?
No.
I've never seen Clutch Powers. What's Clutch Powers?
What? Wait, whoa, hold up here. Time out. You guys have never seen Clutch Powers?
Nope.
I
know what it is, but I've never seen it.
Is.
Okay, you guys need to watch it. I think it's still on Netflix, but I'm not positive. Clutch Powers is it's the Lego movie before Lego movie. The animation was amazing, but really good storyline. Great. It had like Mars Mission, Power Miners, Castle. It's so cool stuff in it. I think you guys would find it really cool. All right, let me get back to this. But he uses his skeleton army. He also appears to be controlling dragons with it. he later makes a deal with the Troll King and Troll Warriors and uses them alongside his skeletons. He is shown to be capable of imprisoning the Crown Princess. The Crown King is his arch enemy, but he prefers to let his underlings fight the King's army, as opposed to him doing. Then the last faction we have is the Trolls. I'm just going to quickly find their base here. There we go. The Trolls are monsters that are introduced in 2008. They have a large complement of siege engines at their disposal. And it kind of reminds me, if you ever read the Hobbit books, in the Hobbit it talks about how the goblins were the ones who made the torture structures of today. And it's kind of cool because like a lot of their stuff is these like weird, crazy contraptions.
That's a lot.
Engines, as well as a large ship. They are in possession of a single building, fortress. There are two versions of the trolls. They're the average sized ones, known as the Troll Warrior, and larger ones known as giant trolls, basically just normal trolls. They're basically orcs. Their symbol is an ungulated skull, which is featured in flags and their rectangular shields. There are four versions of the giant trolls: green and orange, and green and orange dark armor. Giant trolls with tattoos on their arms. Their official enemies were the Dwarfs, but they're opposed to Crown Knights, as well at one point capturing the king, as you can see in this set. So yeah, let's get right into this. So if you guys have questions about pricing and stuff, I do have those open right now. So but let's get into this. So there were 3 different waves that came out with this theme. And I think it looked about 22 sets, plus there were a couple chess sets, and a tic-tac-toe set. So you can really
tic-tac-toe.
a
tic-tac-toe
this really easily. Yeah. So here we go. So first one here is a classic. So this was 2000. Sorry, this first batch here is 2007. That is my bad. I had very limited time to work on these, but it's a jousting set, which is something I would love for them to bring back. But I think jousting is pretty much something you think of when you think of medieval times. I love that how they have the 2 factions of the skeleton on that black skeleton horse there jousting with a Crown Knight, and then of course you got the skeleton ship against.
I have that
here.
set.
Oh,
It's super cool.
It's really
The whole
cool
thing,
set.
or just the ship?
No, both. It's one set. I have the whole thing. It's really cool, and I regret not buying more of this theme back in the day. I got it for Christmas.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say this. I got my first Lego Star Wars set the time these came out, and it was a set. But I always wanted. I'll show them later on. But my friend got them for Christmas that year, and I loved playing with them. And I always regretted never getting them. I actually look for them on Facebook Marketplace these days. So whenever I try to find one, I try to get them. But this is where you can see them having more defensive structures, whereas the skeletons and stuff have more aggressive ones. Then we got this thing, which is like what's it called?
Cannon?
Not a cannon. It's a
Trebuchet? No, it's catapult. No, not catapult.
It's basically a giant crossbow. It was a type of medieval thing. But yeah, as you can see, as from these so far, there's always one of each side. And you got this set, which is the prison transport from the skeleton side, and they got a prisoner there. And I love how the skeleton horses are hooked up to it and pulling it. And then of course you get 2 knights on the good guy's side. So again, there's that classic theme there of having people from both sides, which I really want to keep pointing out, because I think that's something that makes this theme so great, is that if you buy one set, like if you just bought one of these sets, you would have something from both sides.
Yeah.
And of course you got the catapult here, and then the little skeleton defense thing.
I like that boulder. That's a nice boulder.
That's a nice boulder. Wait, are those the 2-piece boulders? Like where they?
Yeah.
For the record, that is a really well done catapult. I really like that style.
It was solid.
And then
Wow.
you're gonna have the King's Fortress, which this is also a really solid set. As usual, I'm pretty sure this can open up. There is drawbridge that can open up and a bunch of other stuff. And you get a nice selection of knights and skeleton warriors, plus a dragon, which is really well. Like the dragons in this are very well done.
It's an awesome set.
It is
Beautiful. I'm getting butterflies looking at this.
Yeah.
And then we have the skeletons, which if you look at it, does kind of remind me of the skeleton fortress from Alpha Team. But it's different enough, and it's a little bit weird, I know, but that's
Ogle.
makes sense.
Ogle.
But you get a dragon plus a knight, and there's the princess captured. And again, I love the crown knights because you get a little bit of everything. Like,
So,
yes,
sorry, the drawbridge. Like, where do the teeth go? Like right into his eyes?
I
Like, that just
think
seems
so.
aggressive.
I've never seen it actually work, so
Yes, they do, Zane. I don't own this set, but yes, they do.
I think it's more of a defensive thing. Like you just put men on that. I don't really know.
Oh,
Um,
like a.
I definitely think out of all the sets from the first wave, this way, my opinion was kind of the weakest. But I get you were trying to have a skeleton castle.
Yeah, but it's still cool though. I
You
still
need-
like it.
You need a place for the bad guy, like a lair to go and put the princess and have the knight go and rescue her. Like,
Yeah.
and it has a dragon that the knight has to slay. Like this theme has everything that you could want from
Yes.
fantasy
And-
medieval times.
And that's for the record. I want to point that out. It's fantasy. You know, this is not like this is more like the Vikings, where it's a little more fantasy elements, and there are some realistic elements to it. But again, fantasy. Sorry, I just want to point that out.
Yeah.
Again. And then we had 2008, which which this was the time when they were doing those $5 sets, which I absolutely love. And this is when they also introduced the dwarfs and the trolls. Yes.
What are you doing down there?
Yeah.
I see the wizard.
Yes. So that's
You are a hazard, Wary.
You have your wand.
This controls my TV. I wasn't trying to stop the show. Sorry, I was just trying to, I was playing.
All I
with-
saw was.
Moving on though, I think honestly for $5 sets, these are solid. Like these are really solid. Where you can like if you get a bunch of those knight ones, you build an army of knights and get like extra armor and stuff. If you get the troll one, you get a good arm. Like these are solid in my opinion. So
For $5, heck yeah.
Oh,
like,
I buy these any day. Then we got this one, which honestly I almost bought this recently, and I'm so mad at it. But you got the siege tower, which I think is awesome that they did a siege tower, and it's got the battering ram built in there. And then of course you got the good guy tower. Again, getting things from both sides, but that wall does fall in. And again, pointing back to how you'll see the trolls have more like aggressive siege type weapons, whereas the good guys have more defensive structures.
I
I
like
don't know
that
why
a
I keep
lot.
pointing
Though.
that out, but I think it's. I also love those big wheels. That's something you'll see a lot in this theme. But
I like the swords that the orcs have. Sorry,
Yeah,
I
the
just noticed that they're
swords.
different.
Oh yeah,
Huh?
they're scimitars. They're scimitars. So they came in silver and
Yeah.
gray. For the record, my friend had this set. It was absolutely amazing. Now, this is one of the sets I want to point out. Kind of reminds you of something, right?
Rather
a
similar.
little bit.
Not saying that's a bad thing about this theme. I just want to point that out that there are some similarities between this and Vikings.
And it's
but
not the
definitely-
exact either.
Exactly. Nice thing about this is you do get the troll that pulls it. I think that was super cool feature. And you got this like it's menacing. This is the siege weapon, and then of course you got the good guy cart there, which again coming with a couple more knights and stuff. My friend had this, and I think it was super fun to play with. I'm not gonna lie. And there's like a little shooter there too. So
Wait, can I also just point out that they have a piece of meat
yep.
Dang it! you beat me.
strung in front of the big troll in order to make him move?
I love that.
It's like a carrot on a stick in Minecraft.
Mhm.
Right.
Yep.
All right,
Isn't it
and then we got this beast here. I mean, this is just like it's kind of weird, but at the same time, it's just epic. Like,
Yeah.
and I love how you got the orcs there, like running on it to move the wheel.
Oh yeah, that is cool. I didn't realize that. That wheel looks the same as the Pirates of the Caribbean mill set that I have.
Mhm.
Yep. So yeah, that's this is you got defensive structure there with the catapult and stuff, but you also got like this awesome orc thing. I always call them orcs. So yeah, this is one of my favorite sets out of the line. The troll ship. It's just, and then again, this is gonna bring you back to this where you get this serpent, like type thing, and then you get that type of ship.
Yeah.
Really cool though. Still, love it. And then you get this one of the sets that Dwarfs came in is him caught in the net there. But you get the drummer troll, you get the shields on the sides, you get the big oars there that they're using to row the boat. You get the smaller boats with the crossbows attached, and you get that launcher in the front. Solid set, and honestly, you get the guy riding the dragon. I just think that's super cool.
What year did these ones come out?
2008.
Really?
Wow.
So you had 2007, which was the first wave, then 2008. 2006, if you remember right, was when the Vikings did.
Yeah.
I miss this. I want this stuff to come back so
Yeah.
bad.
All right, and then we got the Dwarfs vehicle here, and it says, wait one second. It's its mining thing. My friend, this is one of the sets I always wanted. My friend had. You got the catapult there, which is a little chain that you can pull to fling the block. You get a couple cool orcs, and then you get this just like mining, just chop up people in front of you thing. I don't know how it's driven, but but this is one of the sets that the Dwarf did come in.
Looks a little more basic than the other ones, but it's still cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one I'm pretty sure was like $10 or something like that back in the day.
Well, for $10, that's still a great price for what you're getting, with especially big parts.
Really big parts.
Let me double check quickly because I might be wrong about that pricing, and I just want to make sure I'm giving you guys the right info.
It's either 15.
It's 10.
Look at those
Wow.
helmets, though. Look at the helmets that come with it. The dwarves helmet, the orcs helmet. I mean,
But they had
Those are-
solid helmets in this theme.
it's like they went out and made sure to print unique things for everything in this. They're not just like, we've already got a sword, or we already got helmets. Like, no, they I feel like they went that next step to make it unique. You know what I mean?
I agree. Especially even if you look at the texture
Yeah.
of the trolls, of that their helmets, or the big wheels. Some of them have that same kind of metallic look. It's phenomenal.
And you can see there's another new helmet right there, which they still use to this day, where it's got the metal parts coming in and stuff. But honestly, this is one of my favorite sets. I always wanted this one. There's two doors that open and close. There's mine carts that connect to each other. You got that little thing there. There's a whole back to this too. We got that little cart there that dumps stuff into the mine carts. You got the catapult. You got that wheel which pulls up and down a bucket full of tools or whatever. You got the two different types of. You got the Dwarf King in this set with the dwarf shields. It's solid. This is a solid like. It feels like a dwarf set, and it feels exactly what it should be.
A dwarf castle. It's funny.
It's into a mine, like it's on the edge of a hill, and I like a mountain.
It also has those big, ugly rock pieces. As actually their real name, and it has the green molding into it. So good, so good.
This was one of my this one and this one were always my favorite sets I want to get. My friend had both of them. They were so much fun to play with.
I will say I like the beginning like designs more than as we're getting through them, but that's just like a personal taste. I don't know. Maybe it's nostalgia that I have because I remember literally seeing these all in Brickmaster magazine as a kid and thinking they're awesome, but I'd rather buy Star Wars.
Yeah.
Well, but look at this. So, sorry, go ahead, Brad.
I was gonna say that's what something suffered is they were 2008. Remember what's coming out in 2008, the Clone Wars stuff.
Yeah. Again, another thing with the helmets. I mean, you have your silver dwarf helmet. You have a gold dwarf helmet out there. You've got like a brass-looking helmet. Then down below, you've got a silver, different shaped dwarf helmet. They're making another knight helmet behind him. The orc thing has his own helmet there. I mean, holy cannoli! How many different?
You can't get over it. You can't get over the helmets.
Well, everything is, but it's all different colored and different shape. They're not just like one helmet for everything. Everything is unique in this. Everything. The axes up there on the top.
You got the big dwarf beards too. Like it's just amazing. And then we get into 2009. This was a cool set my friend also had, and I really enjoyed. I say my friend just like context. I have played with these sets and they were fun. This was the King Battle Chariot, which was like $20. But if you think you get 4 figures there, you get that little cool chariot. Like it's
horse.
A good set. You get this defensive structure, which has the queen with it. You get some more skeleton warriors.
Look, it's Ethan the Jester.
Yeah, right. You get a jester. You get I'm pretty sure that's the Golden Knight or the General or something like that. I don't even know which figure is the General, but it's cool. Like you get the drawbridge that goes up and down, like another solid defensive set.
I'm seeing Zane can relate to the dwarfs. Ward key 1.
All right, and then we got the Troll's Castle, which you get, a Troll's Wizard. You get the Troll King. You got the trolls with the tattoos on the arm. A bunch of knights. You get a bunch of trolls, and this does open out too. And there's all these fun details. And there's like the caves in the front where the like trolls were to sit. Just really solid. Yes.
The helmets. The helmets. He's not looking at the one on the horse. Different helmet. Look at the orc up on top. different helmet. There's hooded. What in the heck is it? What is going on with all these helmets?
Was this the theme that introduced the lightning pieces? Because I had them on my pirate ship as well. They were in blue, and this one has the green one on
That
top
zappy?
with the scepter.
I think so. I can't remember, but
Is that skeleton face? Like, what is that? Is that built?
That was
or is
That's a
that
mold.
yeah,
mold?
that's a mold. They did that in a few pirate sets too.
Oh, I was curious. What do you guys think about the rocks? How the catapult rocks are just those 2x2 round?
It made sense for the
For what it
smaller
is.
parts to do that. When you had bigger catapults, you have the bigger rocks. I think it makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, and then of course you can't talk about this theme without talking about the best. So okay, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, as a medieval fan, there are 4 sets that, in my opinion, are the 4 best medieval sets ever made. Now, 3-in-1 Blacksmith is up there, and this is the next one. And I was looking, and this is actually the closest they've ever made to a European art style of medieval, like medieval Renaissance. But this is just a solid set. You get civilians, you get the blacksmith making stuff, a couple knights. This set goes for so much, by the way, nowadays. You get the 2 buildings can close up, so you have a closed-in building if you want. You get cows with the set. There's the brick-built chickens. There's the tree. This is, in my opinion, just an amazing set.
Different colored fish?
So this is in the same. I know this is a lot more different than what we were looking at, but this is in the same theme.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And of
Wow.
course, like, you still get those same knights. So a lot of people would buy these sets back in the day. They would kind of like, keep the trolls to the side or whatever, because they really liked them. But they would use the crown knights, were like the kind of big knight that people used back in the day. And you can kind of see that. And so this was just a solid set where you could get a couple of those knights and stuff. But just
I can see where this fits in there for sure, though. I mean, you have your
Oh yeah.
your castles and your fortresses and your
Exactly.
layers for the good and the bad guy, and this is the middle. This is the town that gets blown to bits when you guys have these wars.
or you can even put it. You got was it this set? No.
Was it behind the
Yeah,
castle?
this set. So you can open. I'm pretty sure you can open that castle up like most of them. You could. And you could put the town behind it, and then like you got some other defensive structures, like it. Yeah, you got to have your town with it too. And so I'm really glad they did this. And then of course they had battle packs, guys.
That's a serious battle pack, though.
No.
Wow.
Now I want to tell you, how much do you think these went for?
$10.
$5.
$8.
I think they were 15 when I looked at them.
Okay.
Look at that. 5 minifigures there. All of them with, as you said, different helmets. Look at like the dwarf one. You get all the different types of helmets. You get all these weapons. Each of them were like armed to the brim. These, I wish I'd bought these back.
I feel like that's a true battle pack. I mean, you're gonna
Yeah.
buy this thing and make an army out of it. Like genuinely,
Yeah.
that is a battle pack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have
It's brilliant.
so many great sets, in my opinion, through this, where it's like you could buy a bunch of these and buy up, like there were some sets where it's like you want to buy multiple of them because you can easily build up your, like, I wouldn't mind getting a couple of these, or definitely getting a bunch of these. A bunch of these would even be cool because you can always want more catapults. Even this set, there were so many great sets that if you wanted to build up an army, it wasn't that expensive to do.
I don't see very many stickers in this either. I feel like it's all
No.
printed.
I can't remember, but I think it's all printed. And
Yeah.
like they had the banners and stuff, which those were all their own, like they're at least plastic
Yeah.
type things. I actually don't even think, if you look at it, there were any places that I think there might be a sticker in this set, but I'm not positive.
Hanging banner thing there.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, one out of all of those sets, I mean, the shields look like they're printed. Everything looks printed.
It is. It is.
That is nice.
All right, so I've been talking about this theme a lot, so I just really wanted to make you guys understand this, and because
Mhm.
I know I'm playing off nostalgic here, but I have a love, just as a medieval fan. I think this is a theme where they did things right.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
even if there is some stuff that's pulled from that Vikings, they did it right. Because like once in a while, you want to have skeletons and orcs that you fight against, not just knights and dwarves.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be cool if they had elves with it too, but it's and even the big contraptions, it makes sense. So yeah.
Right. I love it.
Yeah,
Like
I-
there's nothing that I like. The prices are all right too, because it was back in the the day before inflation, really. But like that set, the boat got blown to bits, right? Because the knights won that battle.
Yeah.
But in my little, playing as a kid, but there's nothing that I would necessarily change about it. They have everything that you could want. in a fantasy castle medieval series. They're wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
They really are.
I think I know what we're gonna vote it as.
Yeah.
Ethan, thoughts on this mockability?
I think it's perfect. I like how the minifigures progress. Like later
Yeah.
you kind of see some with leg printing. I really like that. I like that golden knight.
Yeah, that's really
yeah.
cool. I just regret not buying more. Like, I mean, this was the days when I was getting gunships and ATTEs and clone battle packs.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I didn't buy them. But it would be so cool to even just have a dragon or a big troll or a few more knights. But I remember I had one set, and I had enough knights and skeletons to play with that set a lot.
And that's the great thing about this team.
Exactly.
I want to point that out. Like, look at you could play hours with this set.
Oh,
There's,
yeah.
honestly, so many adventures. Hell, this one, this like all of these.
G-rated content.
As I was telling you, like the thing I love about it is if you get this set, how like I could play hours. Or so many mocks just out of this set here. And that's wanted to point something.
You could build more castles. You could build a whole medieval town. Like, I don't know. My only, I guess, it's not really a critique even, because I guess I think nostalgia is playing a big part of this. But for me, like, it's also like we're all guys that want to play with knights in castle, and like that's a part of it too. So I would be curious to see like a woman's perspective on all of this. But like, I don't necessarily know if I would be displaying them all as a kid. Like, they're fun to play with for sure, but as a display, from a display perspective, But then again, like, that boat is awesome. Like, that ship is so cool. I don't know.
I definitely think there's at least 2 to 3, and I think that's okay to say. There's at least 2 to 3 from each wave. That's something I display. Like, even with newer Star Wars sets, there's some that I wouldn't display. Like, but like this, I would display. You know, this, like all the
That for sure.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
But this, I think the playability is amazing with these.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about, because we've talked about molded creatures before. How do we think about this troll here, or even the dragons? Do you think that they're, well done, or do
I think so.
Yeah,
Okay.
extremely.
I wanted to quickly point that out because we have talked about like dinosaurs in the past not being great.
Well, there's even printing on the troll arms as tattoos, like the big ones on the beginning. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's wonderful.
Zane,
Mhm, it's beautiful.
you've been quiet.
There's not much to say because
It's too good.
I've been trying to find things that are wrong with it, honestly,
Same.
and I can't. Like I nostalgia aside, just looking at the set as a set, the boat's great. The vehicles are fun. They're random. The figures look amazing. It comes with tons of figures for each of these sets, regardless how big or small. The builds are different and unique. The helmets are all unique. The weapons are all unique. It seems like each set somebody sat down and took the time to really think, how can I make this fun? How can I make this exciting? And where kids can play with this for hours and hours. And it's more than just display purposes for adults. It's for like, how can I make this interesting and fun? Everything. There's treasure. There's skeletons. There's trolls. There's dwarfs. There's, like you said, yeah, it would be cool if they had some elves or something. Like they could have the Battle of the Five Armies, like they do in The Hobbit and stuff. But still, the
is cool.
skeleton horses are a little goofy, but it's kind of the era. It's not anything bad.
But like as a kid, you would play with that.
In a
Like
heartbeat.
that would be like
Oh,
you would
yeah.
have that guy riding in and your knights, and especially the Golden Knight. I feel like that would be so useful
Also,
in
we
telling
didn't
your
talk about
stories.
this.
Yeah.
But you do get a different there's different types of minifigures. Like you get the black skeletons and the white skeleton warriors. Like there's different kinds of skeleton. You got some with hoods, some with armor. Like there were different types of skeletons, and the same thing with the knights. And you can the diversity you can definitely tell in the battle pack, which is nice because you don't want exactly all the same type of minifigure.
No, for sure.
Like I want to want my archers. I'm gonna want my spearmen. I'm gonna want my swordsmen. I'm like it's solid. It's honestly solid. I forgot how good this was.
The classes, like you're saying, really do add a different level to the playability.
And of course, like as you said, this one's about the minifigures. Like this theme, you can easily buy
Uh-huh.
this thing up, just a couple of them, and get an easy army to build, play with. And that's, it's nice. That's what you want. You want an army. You don't want, you don't want. Oh, here's my specialized minifigures. I want my minifigures to be different. You want armies. You're building this up to slam these armies into each other.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. Sorry, I went on my spiel. Any last?
I don't think we have any complaints. I think we all know where we're putting it. I don't think we even need to. Unless-
Out of curiosity, it's the
Does
fact
any-
that they stole some stuff from Vikings, kind of used similar ideas, hurt this theme at all?
Nope.
No.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Sure, and Vikings.
I don't-
broke.
I don't think they even they took the same ideas, but the only reason they had to do that was because it's the same similar era. That's the type of weaponry they were using at the time, and that's the type of
Well, I meant,
imagery that was
Big wheels.
this type of thing,
but it's different enough to be fine for this. This is fantasy castle. Vikings was, I feel, a bit more historically accurate.
historical fantasy in a way.
Yeah, but I think in the Vikings one, right, the Vikings were pulling the big thing. They didn't have a big troll doing it, and not in this creative way. It differentiates itself enough to be unique.
Yeah. All right, Zane.
I know where this is going.
All right,
We all know. Just put it there. We don't even need
3, 2, 1. F.
S.
Yep. I agree. S.
E.
I don't think anything bad about it either. So S.
I would have laughed if we all said something different though. If we all BACF. All right, we're not all on the same page like I thought we were.
Yeah.
That would have been funny. All right.
No. Beautiful.
S.
Well done.
S tier it is.
Well, that was fun, man.
That was fun.
Such a great theme. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully, thank you guys for sticking around. Be sure to check all these guys, the social medias, Matt Mellish, BrickingUpBrad, Block.studios, and also check out the StudBuds Discord server. We'll be able to submit memes, Thunderdome, vote for your ideas, and what your favorite one is down below. Also, check out the StudBuds Instagram. We've been posting a lot lately, and it kind of gives you those alerts when our next StudBuds is, which is same time every time. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great and wonderful week. Bye bye.